Hi all, Cynthia here from NB Pretty Papers, up today with a sketch it out Thursday layout, and here is the sketch that I'm using, and this is the inspiration piece for the month of April. So from that inspiration piece I have pulled the colour blue and corally pink, and this is the one of the papers that I'll be using. It's a Cocoa Vanilla Studio paper from her More Than Words collection. So you saw me there doing some hand signalling, which is just me trying to figure out how I'm going to cut out two large triangles. So I've grabbed the ruler out and divide it down the middle on the diagonal lines, and then I'll just use them to trim them out. So from the sketch, it is very heavy in triangles, and so I just use that as a starting point. I certainly don't follow it to the T, but once you see my photo, I think the triangles certainly work with the photo. So there you go, I've trimmed those out, and I know I want to mount them on a wood grain. Pull out this dark wood grain and then the light wood grain, and straight away I realised that it's the light wood grain that I will use. So this paper pad here is from our reject shop that we have here in Australia. They quite often have some really good scrapping product. So here's the photo, and I really like the way the two kids are sitting in this huge net that we have strung up between some trees, and it's a bit like a trampoline climbing net that the kids can play in. And I think that just the way their feet sort of come together and their bodies are sitting, it really sort of blends well to continuing on that triangle look. Now when I'm doing this layout, it's nice and bright and early in the morning. It's about 5:30, which is generally the normal time that I do a layout, but on this particular morning I could not get my brain to work, and I could not figure out how to get these diamonds to look any good, and I have to say I took forever shuffling them around, too long for me to even want to mention how long it may have taken. So I saved you the agony and have trimmed all that out, and you just see me that sticking down the last one. So I finally come up with a placement that I like, and that pretty much took up the rest of the morning, and here I am back in the afternoon doing the next part. So I went through my stash, pulled out a big stack of embellishments, and going through them now to see what I can do. Even this part, I have to say, I really struggled to get it to work. You see this blue label, it comes up, it goes down, it goes here, it goes there, it goes back down, it comes back up, and in the end it does not make it to the page. But it does have a very good trip around the page in the meantime. What are we doing? Going through this book here, I have that round sticker down the bottom that has a little bird. I want to emulate the same up the top in the top corner. So I've put up my little round sticker, and now I'm just trying to find a tag or a journaling, like that little sticker that I have under the other bird down the bottom. That's a tag, isn't it? Yes. To go under this one. I thought I would use that, but no, that doesn't go on there. And then I go into these to see what I can find in there, and no, there's really nothing in there, and I get sidetracked with these flowers and start putting some of those down. And then I fiddle around, I find this friends, and I think, oh, I quite like that. So I'll put that down the bottom, and maybe I'll put that blue tag up the top. I'll do that for a little while. So while I am just shuffling bits and pieces around the page, how has everyone been? I feel like I haven't really done a layout here on the Crafty Maven for a little while. Seems like a long time ago, but I guess it was only a couple of weeks ago. I hope everyone has made sure they are a subscriber to the Crafty Maven so you don't miss out on any of the layouts and inspiration pieces that get posted every day. And if you don't know already, there is also a blog, a Crafty Maven a crafting, oh god, just a blog. It's not coming together for me. So certainly jump on and Google for that as well, and you should be able to find some additional photos and some writing up on the blog as well. Starting to really like the way this is coming together. I have these acrylic pieces that come in my kit as well, and I've decided that I think I'll make that top cluster sort of like a blue, and then the bottom cluster have more of the pink on it. Still fiddling with that blue sticker though, and so maybe if I move it all down a little bit that will work, but doesn't quite go well. What else? And now I'm just sticking these down. So the other photo in this layout is about our son. So that's him in the hammock with one of his friends. Now he's known her for, since he was 21 days old when we first met at the very first mothers group that I went to. But it's the first time that he's ever really had just a female on her own over on a play date. So he was a little bit nervous about it actually. He wasn't too sure how it would go down. His thoughts was she probably wouldn't want to play Nerf battles with him. So he wasn't exactly sure what he was going to do. He was looking forward to it, but he was a little bit worried. But of course they got here and they had a ball just outside in the cubby house and on this netting that we have. As I said, we have it hung up among some trees and some climbing ropes and bits and pieces, and then they was inside and they played trashies and all the other stuff. So it wasn't such a hard day for him after all. In fact, it went quite quick, and I was a little bit disappointed when it was time to go home, as they always are. Finally got rid of that other blue label and have a lighter label that I'll put up there. Now I'm just going through to glue everything down, and I really like the way this has come together. Using the trusty hot glue gun to put everything down. I just find it the quickest and the easiest way to do embellishments. If there's something I find like paper that I need to sit flat, I will use the tape. But if it doesn't matter whether it has a little bit of dimension to it, I will use the hot glue. So down the bottom underneath that friends is where I do my journaling, and I just write a little bit about how Edward was just a little bit worried about how the day would go, having a girl over for a play. And I put a couple of these little puffy stickers on. Then I pull out some word phrases and put a few of those on and around the page, and that pretty much finishes the page off. So if you're stuck with me this far, as always, thank you very much. I'd love it if you leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you jump on and subscribe to the Crafty Maven Getaway channel, and also jump on and subscribe to my page. That'd be fantastic. NB Pretty Papers. I try to put about 3 videos a week up, varying things between 12 by 12 and some project life, and 8.5 by 11, some art journaling, started a little bit of bullet journaling as well, so there's a bit of a mixture of everything, and also just recently started traveller notebooks as well. That's it. Thank you very much. Until next time, everyone have a lovely day, a lovely week, or a lovely month, and I will talk to you on the next video. Catch you then. Bye.